Are you book smart or are you street smart? Regardless of which type of smart you are, it doesn't mean that one is better than the other or that one type of smartness can apply to every situation. We have always evaluated a person's intelligence based on only a few characteristics that they possess. By testing IQ this way, we evaluate a small portion of them rather than holistically. Why IQ tests are not valid measures of human intelligence is what I will be sharing with you today. IQ tests do not represent the same type of intelligence across cultures. According to Drew Thomas of the Journal of Intelligence, generally, Black people, white people, and East Asian people have different average IQs, but the specific reasons for this remains controversial. Some cultures find certain characteristics and skills more valuable, so a standardized IQ test will not be able to cover all of those niches. A researcher's gender can lead to different results. For example, pairing a female experimenter with a male student can yield slightly higher IQ scores. Similarly, a heterosexual man participating in a pain experiment will report more pain to a male tester than to a female, according to Richard Harris of NPR. Such biases make IQ testing lose its reliability and universality. Males and females often are stronger in certain areas of intelligence than others. Females tend to have higher emotional intelligence than men, while men tend to be more analytical than women. Because of this, one set of universal criteria for people of all genders and cultures is not a realistic or accurate way to quantify intelligence. Current IQ tests focus more on what you know, but there's more to a person than their IQ. According to Shane Frederick of the Yale School of Management, IQ tests do not accurately evaluate how you would react in real-life situations or how you are able to assess certain things. Your ability to critically weigh information or whether you are able to override biases is not able to be measured by an IQ test. Many factors can change the way someone's score is reported. The way your IQ score is reported can be affected based on whether or not you got a good night's sleep, whether you ate breakfast before, or whether or not you got into an argument on your way to the test. A common opinion of IQ testing is that it is a long-standing practice that has been in place for many years and is able to predict how successful a person can be. Therefore, it is reliable. But it is able to evaluate all areas of intelligence as well. The Binet-Simon intelligence test was created in 1905 by a French psychologist to help identify which students needed help in school. IQ testing was originally designed to quantify a person's potential success, according to Discover magazine. Though they measure a person's potential success, IQ tests do not take into account a person's ambition, opportunity, motivation, or their ability to think well under pressure. IQ tests can have their faults, and they are not always accurate in measuring certain mental aspects, including logic, abstract reasoning, learning ability, and working memory capacity, but are better judges of how much information you can hold in your mind. Over the course of a lifetime, a person's intelligence changes, and the current intelligence testing does not account for that. IQ testing should become more realistic by testing people on what they would do in real situations. With intelligence being easily changed, it should not be expressed as a number. Once IQ testing has been changed, it will give accurate results to all people. There would be greater value to the more practical components of intelligence. People would begin to focus on the parts of cognition that go beyond intelligence, like the essential tools of rational thinking. These are just as important as intelligence to judgment and decision-making. By testing people in real-life situations, researchers will be able to see who is more equipped with the skills that are needed in those situations. According to the Yale School of Management, we need to be good at rational thinking in order to navigate our way in an increasingly complex world. By changing the way that intelligence is quantified, people will likely feel a different, more positive way about their score. Now, It is your mission to change the way you look at intelligence testing and its relevance today. IQ tests hold value in one part of intelligence, which is, although it is multifaceted and cannot be pigeonholed into just one sector. By understanding that practical intelligence is just as important as the ability to recall information and think analytically, our society will place fewer unattainable standards for those who think a certain way, like those with traditionally high IQs, and will find those with practical intelligence more valuable. Changing the perception of intelligence can help in reassessing what we find valuable as a society. Thank you for your time, and I hope that by hearing the information today, you will have gained a perspective in intelligence testing.